Hey, welcome to the Danger Zone. It's Ashli. Everything in my video was found on a public domain, and the full disclaimer is down below.
Lots of love and many blessings your way.
And a huge thank you to everybody who contributed to this video. Before we get to what I'm about to tell you, listen, there is a rag mag that's put out this story, and I believe every word of it. Even if this had never come out, I believe it's so obvious. We don't need it printed up anywhere to know that Harry is in a really trapped situation. In this story, it says that he is totally trapped. He's homesick. He's in a nightmare of a marriage. In 2 years of marriage, she has taken away every friend, destroyed every relationship he has ever had. This is textbook domestic abuse. That is my opinion, because I've been there, I've lived it. That's what these people do. They want to convince you that nobody can ever love you the way that they can, and that your family doesn't love you the way you deserve to be loved, and your friends really aren't your friends. So you are trapped. You have nobody to run to but, the person that's holding you hostage. Because she's leading the show, she's doing things her way. She's no longer allowed him to be the man of the relationship. That ended first week, if I'm remembering correctly, of their marriage. She decided it was her turn to take the bull by the horns. And in doing this, he's feeling extremely overwhelmed. He's looking at a $12 million bill for security in a year's time alone. No way to really make any money, because not a lot of people are beating down the door to have them speak for them anywhere. They'll be lucky if McDonald's calls them for a kid's birthday party at this rate. Here's the sad part about it. It says before Meghan, Harry was just a big happy-go-lucky frat boy who liked to party and followed whatever his brother and family wanted. And it goes on to say that she's ripped him from his security blanket, all his ties with his family and friends, his high-paying royal job, making him an exile struggling to stay afloat in dog-eat-dog Hollywood. Now listen to what her friends have come out to say. I wonder which friends these are. They're saying that she wanted to do so much more than sit at home and take care of Archie. She felt extremely isolated caring for a child. And she also felt like there was a conspiracy within the royal family and all the staff members. They were deliberately trying to make her feel like she was second best when it came to Catherine. These are the same people that took her in and allowed her to spend how many millions of dollars on her wedding? This just was not the life she had planned out for herself. And she meant not to sit there any longer than she had to. And it goes on to say that she really thought leaving the royal family going to LA, she would be on top of the celebrity food chain, be extremely in demand. And it turns out they're quote-unquote big losers. It also goes on to say that he's now stuck with a demanding wife, big bills, and no family to run to. It's a nightmare. He's miserable, said the royal insider. Meghan's destroyed his current life and his future. It's a modern-day Shakespearean tragedy. But oh, it gets worse. Now, allegedly, she started telling Harry she felt extremely uncomfortable in Charles's presence. She really didn't know how to handle his passes at her. He was always flirting with her. And she just didn't know exactly how to handle things. And it was very confusing for her, considering Charles is the father of her husband. See, I found the timing of that really weird. She came out and said that, allegedly, after they pulled back. See, they were still over there with the royal family when Charles decided it was time to pull back. He wasn't being so friendly with her anymore. He had started seeing her for who she really was. And see, when she noticed this, evidently, is when she decided it was a conspiracy against her by the rest of the royal family and staff, trying to place her behind Catherine, and she wasn't having it. Okay, so let's talk about the foundation money. Travelist is a business that is 75% owned by Harry. It's not a nonprofit. Yet he had his brother move almost $400,000 from the Royal Foundation, that is a nonprofit, into Travelist. That is like stealing, big time stealing. So now that the Charity Commission is on to what's going on, we're about to see some sparks fly. When somebody's worth $40 million, that's a lot of money to you and I. But to them, they're on Skid Row. I've said it before in the past. Their security bill for this year alone is going to run them at $12 million. That will leave them $28 million, just to put it into perspective. So his rebuttal was that he found this deeply offensive, considering charity work has been his life's devotion. And that sounds all well and good, but this is not the first time he's been guilty of this, running on donations and saving his own money. There was an article written up about him probably close to a decade ago, and he was throwing parties and racing dirt bikes with his buddies on charity donations, keeping his money in his pocket, see. They have a lot of big bills stacked against him right now. Frogmore is not one of them. I don't believe they'll ever end up paying that back. Price tags like $12 million for security, trying to build Travelist, which is a joke if you ever look into it. That's my opinion. Charles already pays 95% of their lifestyle. If he completely cuts them off, this means that Harry will be busted broke in a matter of months. At the rate that they're going, he can't even put his family in a home of their own as it is. In fact, they should stick him and her in the Guinness Book of World Records for a big reason. They're wealthy, homeless bums. How does that even work? I believe in my heart of hearts this is the beginning of the end of the relationship. Now that they've been busted stealing foundation money, when she starts seeing how they have to live without Charles's money, and Harry doesn't have a couple of pennies to rub together, she'll break out that yacht hat and go sit down there on the dock waiting on that next boat to roll in. I want to know something. How do you think Charles is feeling today, now knowing that him and his flirty passes was another reason why they decided they needed to hurry up and leave? I wonder if she's still his little tungsten. I hope y'all are having a great day today. I wanted to say a big thank you to everybody who bought my little fur babies a special treat. That was so sweet of you. I appreciate it so much. And if you would like to buy a treat for my rescues, my PayPal's down below. I'll see you soon and we'll talk fast. Y'all stay safe and be blessed.